Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind for tonight, but I guess I should respond. My spider sense.
I knew you'd come, Spider.
Who are you?
Just a stray black cat.
You're definitely getting enough vitamins.
Silly Spider. Cats always land on their feet.
Hey guys, Civil here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series fan channel exclusive Black Cat. For those of you who are fans of the original channel, you'll think that reference is hilarious and probably roll right out of your seat. If not, you're probably like, why did you do that? But I digress. So, this is, of course, Black Cat, as she appears in the Spider-Man animated series from the mid-90s, voiced by the lovely Jennifer Hale, who I kind of wish did the voice of Teela in the Masters of the Universe Revelation series. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sorry, not sorry. Moving on from that, though, this figure, I think, does a good job at looking like Black Cat from that series. As far as accessories go, she just comes with this cat. Well, she comes with her whip too, but as far as stuff not on her person, she comes with this little cat. A little putty cat. It's just a PVC. That's like one of those things called a Schleich or a Papo. Doesn't do anything. Just kind of sits there. And a very odd pose too. It's like pawing at something. Surprised it's not just sitting there. Which is funny because she never actually had a black cat in the series. I don't believe so. Old Felicia Hardy was not a cat lover. I don't believe. But apparently has the same super soldier serum as Captain America. Hello! Yeah, they did some very interesting things with this character in that series. She had this thing for Morbius, and then the Captain America serum stuff. It's a big fat can of worms, and messes with all kinds of stuff that people consider canon, and would probably get upset about nowadays. Either way, she does come with her trusty whip, which actually did look like this in the series. It was a gray line, and not a black one. So this is accurate. Memory serves me right. It's the same as the first Black Cat Hasbro did way back in, I want to say 2014. The Skyline Sirens version from the Ultimate Goblin Wave with the really big chesticles, which I will do some comparisons with later. But yeah, it's a decent sculpt, I guess, but you can only really pose it like this. I would like to see some bendy whips in the future, especially if we're going to get more Ghost Rider characters. Oh, who am I kidding? They're too busy doing MCU stuff I could care less about than old Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze or any of them, really. But looking at Black Cat, she looks good. Looks like the animated series. And for those of you who are going to complain about chest size, animated Black Cat did not have giant chesticles like the comic book one, so this is pretty good. Considering what we've been seeing in female legends lately, this ain't bad. Neither's the booty, so I think the curves are good enough on her to warrant nobody complaining about them. So there you go. I do have her in kind of a schmexy pose, as Just Modesto 2 calls it, the Claiborne Moore pose. Did he ever do that? I don't remember. Somebody had a video talking about old 90s Claiborne Moore figures. They were always like one leg kicked out, torso tilted this way, particularly in the Lady Death line. But articulation on her, she's got a swivel in the head, really. doesn't really look up and down. It's just a straight ball peg that goes into the head. She does have a little spiked collar there, if you can see that. That's not too shabby. She did have that in the show, so that's good. Shoulders go out to the side. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Didn't want to go out further than that before, but it goes out about a right angle to the body. It's not bad. Back down, all the way around. Just got the single joint at the elbow with the swivel. Make sure yours are facing the right way. Sometimes they package them backwards. In that case, you don't get as much range. This way, you at least get close to a 90-degree angle. So that's good. She does have the appropriate hinge in the hand for her weapon, but not for this claw hand. This also tilts up and down for some reason. Okay. I would have liked maybe some interchangeable hands with this figure. They did make a white tiger figure, if memory serves me right, that had up and down, or not up and down, but in and out hinges in the wrist, so she could do the appropriate clawing pose. I'm curious if those hands would fit on this figure. I don't have that handy though, so that'll take some time to do, I believe. I'm afraid. But she does have a diaphragm joint that works pretty good. Much like Ultron, you got to kind of rotate it around, get the sweet spot that doesn't bobble as much, but you can do it. Also, the 90s style carded Rogue had the same kind of issue that I went and tweaked recently, actually. The hips kick forward and back. They do kick out. Okay, I guess, not a lot. It does have a thigh cut. Has a little bit of play in the ball there, but not a ton. Double joint at the knee. Which gives you good enough range, as much as that fur cuff will allow. The lower leg is a little loose on this side. She does have gummy knees. I will say that. Gummy lower legs even. I wish these rotated like here. That way they could have made these out of a better plastic. But as it stands, her lower legs are extremely gummy. The upper legs not so much. But the lower legs are really gummy. And let me actually check my other black cat here on the same base body. The knees themselves are gummy, but the lower legs are a lot more solid on it. But she does have heels, so she's impossible to stand anyways. So really gummy down here. I'm hoping that Frankie Ray Nova can fix some problems with that, because we need a new female buck already. She does have hinge in the foot with a rocker. That works pretty good. There's peg holes on the bottom of the feet for the display stand she does not have. So this figure does, however, stand okay, unlike the other one. You gotta kind of mess with it, but yeah, she stands. As I say that, she falls right on her butt. Yeah, the gummy leg thing needs to go, man. That's not acceptable, really. But I will say this one is a little bit easier to stand than the other one. You can do it. See, you just gotta not be a klutz. So it's doable. It's just still kind of a pain in the butt, but she's at least gonna stand when you finally get her to. So that is that. And with that being said, I think it's time now that we took a look at some comparisons. First up, here is Black Cat next to, well, my Spider-Man for the time being, because I refuse to pay scalper prices for the retro card version. This is the Pizza Spidey from, I want to say, a Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure wave from way back in 2015. I think a Red Daredevil and Anti-Venom were in that wave as well. And Spider-Man 2099, which is another fan channel exclusive for the Spider-Man retro carded series. But yeah, this figure is showing its age next to everything I compare it to lately. It just ain't looking too good. But again, I refuse to pay scalper prices for the new one. So we're just going to have to deal with this, aren't we? And that said, I think the scale is okay here. Black Cat did have the Captain America Super Serum, so she is a bit taller than normal. Up next for your Black Cat comparison, here is the, well, newer retro card version next to what I like to call the Black Karen from the Kingpin wave. I think that figure is based off a costume she had in the Superior Spider-Man comic, where Dr. Octopus was like possessing Peter Parker and doing Spider-Man stuff. I don't know, it's complicated. And then we have the very well endowed Black Cat from the Ultimate Green Goblin wave from way back in 2014, with the ginormous chesticles there. And I have seen people do head swaps. I believe it works and looks pretty good. If you wanted to, you could do a foot swap with this new one and this old one. But as far as this one goes, you can just put that away, because she probably wouldn't let you buy these two figures because, well, it's Black Karen. It's not Black Cat, as far as I'm concerned anyways. And last, but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while I do really like this figure, and I have to say of the three Black Cats Hasbro has given us, this may be my favorite, mostly because I'm biased towards the 90s animated series, but that's besides the point. I gotta say, the gumminess in the lower legs is getting kind of old at this point. Much like the Dark Star I took a look at the other day from the Ursa Major wave, this figure has really gummy lower legs, and I'm not sure why that is. I don't believe this is utilizing Moonstone body mold parts, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below on that one. But I have to say, if nothing else, I'm hoping that Frankie Raid Nova body finds life in the main line some way, somehow, because we need a new female body mold, NOW now, just to get rid of these gummy arse legs. It's just getting old at this point. So with that being said, if you want a Black Cat, I would recommend this one over the other two. A, because it's probably a little cheaper. B, it's not the Black Karen figure from the Kingpin wave. And C, as awesome as the first Black Cat Hasbro gave us is, that thing can't stand for crap. This can at least do that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Gotta show that algorithm who's boss, right? And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure, if you want it, love it, or hate it. But remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when we keep getting gummy need female figures. Am I the only one who's getting sick and tired of that? I hope not. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.